Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So, if you guys still have if you're still positive towards this whole streaming and games being service thing, well, today you're going to find out why a lot of us are against it and why a lot of us really do not want anybody to be defending this. And the reason why is because of things like this. So, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Ryan the Professional. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. This is gonna be an interesting topic, man. We definitely gotta talk about this because this is pretty interesting, and it definitely falls back in line. Everything, pretty much all the pieces fall in line as you read this particular information. So, definitely, this is definitely gonna be an interesting one. All right. So, without further ado, let's start this video, and I'll be right back. All right, so as we get into the topic, let me go ahead and shout out a couple individuals. First off, let me shout out Carlos Fernandez. Shout out to Jay Fonzarelli, Gaming Forte, Craig Harris, and of course, first timer Ian. Also, shout out to Diash and Lucas. She couldn't join us last night because she had to work, but hey, it's all good. She was with us in spirit. If you guys missed the show, definitely go check it out. It is live here on the channel. I do appreciate you guys, though. We had a blast. Now, let's go ahead and get into why we're here. So, Forza Horizon 2 will be removed from the Xbox store. It will be removed pretty much. It will no longer be sold on Xbox platforms or Windows, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've read. This is on the actual Forza page. Now, you might not notice anything different or anything like, substantial as you first click on it. But as you scroll down all the way down to the bottom, you're greeted with this message right here. So, let's read it. A heads up for the Forza community. Forza Horizon 2 will reach end-of-life status on September 30th. That means that the game and its associated DLC will no longer be available for purchase after September 30th. Players who own Forza Horizon 2 will still be able to download and play the game and its associated content as normal. However, Forza 2 and its DLC will no longer be for sale. Forza Horizon 2 is currently available as part of August Games with Gold, so if you haven't played it already, now is a great time to grab it. So basically what they're telling you is, if you do not grab it for August, you're pretty much out of luck. It's gone after that. Hey, I'm actually a little shocked by that. I don't understand why they're doing that, but it's a little weird. Now, if you think about it, this kind of does go back to this whole games as a service thing. Remember how I told you guys how once you accept this, you have no control over anything. You just pretty much are at the mercy of the developer / publisher. Well, look at it like this. What if I told you with this particular mindset, this particular, formula? Now, again, granted, this one right here is not close to what I'm talking about right now. This is more of a minor stage, right? Like as they clearly tell you in the fine print, you still have access to the game if you have already downloaded it. Obviously, you have access to it. You have a license basically for it. But what if I told you if you agreed to this whole games as a service thing and it really took off and it became like the monopoly and physical media was no longer available in stores? This particular thing they can get away with and nobody could do anything. First of all, even if you had a license, I'm pretty damn sure they could remove that if they wanted to as well. They could remove it all. They can clear the whole thing out and make it seem like you never owned it at this point. They could do that. They would have the power to do so. And a lot of you might go, Ryan, that's a little extreme. It's actually not. It's basically they can treat you the way they would the way any small business would treat you in their store. For example, if you don't buy or if you don't like, they'll simply tell you don't buy. In this case, let's say you didn't buy it, but you thought about buying it at a later date, right? It's like, okay, they'll see it as, okay, well, this game did not sell, so fuck it. Removed, and it's gone, and you'll never see it again. That's exactly how they'll do it. All about supply and demand, I guess you can say at this point too, but that's the way they're going to go about this. Microsoft doesn't, with this mindset, Microsoft will just have the complete monopoly over your freedom. And, again, eliminating physical media, which is the goal, obviously, but eliminating, physical media, and just taking away that ability for you to go, to your friend and ask, hey, bro, can I borrow Forza Horizon 2? And he goes, yeah. Mind if I borrow Horizon or something? Yeah, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Taking away that particular freedom to just go out there and, play the game, grab it, plug it into your system. It just seems like we're getting closer and closer to that being a non-reality, a non-factor at this point, and it'll be pretty much done. And that is why a lot of us do not want these consoles to be streaming devices. I don't want it to be a streaming device. And with Microsoft coming out and having all this confidence saying, well, we think we perfected it or we got a way of perfecting it, it does scare me to my core. It does. It scares me to my core because if they found a way to perfect that, oh boy. I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of people come out of the woodgate that you never thought you would ever see, right? You're going to see a lot of them come out the woodgate. And those who, claim that they love gaming, quote unquote, right, but don't want to speak up, watch these people who are so, for this, completely do a 180 and be on the side of everybody else if this actually does happen. And they go full streaming, and it actually does end up being the route that gaming in general will go. That's going to be the day that consoles will be no longer just worth buying. It'll be pointless. Consoles have always been known for simplicity. And what's funny too, and shout out to the Red Dragon for this, he made a tweet about, not related to this, but he made a tweet regarding PC gaming and a few things. He said, people bought consoles, they bought controllers, they bought games, and then limited edition versions of it, basically talking about Xbox dudes. But really, you can actually throw that towards PlayStation dudes as well, because we did, PlayStation dudes did the same as well. But they said, he said all these things they bought, and then they'll say PC gaming is expensive. To tell you the truth, PC gaming is not that expensive. It really is not. You can get a pre-built PC to be safe. You don't necessarily have to build one from scratch like I personally did. You can get one that's pre-built, and as you learn, and get more familiar with it, if you feel, comfortable in building one, guess what? You can build one and have an even better experience. You build it based on your preference, and that's one of the beauties about having a PC. That's one of the beauties of having a PC and being, on the platform in general. It always comes to you what you want. It really does. Your PC reflects you. Like, what exactly are you looking for? You can definitely get out of PC gaming. So this is why I'm just like, if I sound different about it, I am, because, it's getting to that point. And I really don't want consoles to die out. I really do not want consoles to go anywhere. And for anybody that might say, Ryan, consoles will always be here because of first-party content, that is true. But when you take a main factor out that's always contributed consoles, such as simplicity, a lot of people are going to be like, well, fuck those games. They are. I promise you. Especially when you take away the fact that they can just sit there, whether they're in college in their little dorms, and just play the games. If you take that away and then you add a restriction such as, hey, connected to the internet in 5 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, but the internet's not established, so you cannot access the server to access your library. See what I'm going with this? This is why I don't want this. You don't want everything connected. Sure, Xbox Live is getting quote-unquote better, and the same thing can be said about PSN, right? Sure, we can say they're getting better. But even with these services are not anything to be, to write home about. Xbox Live and PSN goes down how many times a year? Just saying. Just saying, man, it's terrible. It's not something that anybody should be defending. And again, this isn't to anger anybody. No, this is just to alarm you that this is where we're heading if we do not step up and tell these companies and these developers that we're not going to accept this. And unfortunately, it just seems like we're in a minority. It really does. Even the casuals, even though it seemed like the casuals were on our side at the start of this gen, a lot of them have seemed to have pulled a 180 on us. They're like, oh, well, this doesn't seem that bad. If you don't have an internet in 2018, well, you're out of luck or some shit like that. You had people leaving comments like that, which is weird. It's like, no, there are people in other countries that got like 5 megabits. Some get 10, some get 13. I mean, others get like 2. That's not anything healthy for the community. That's bad. That's terrible. And that's really going to push people away. It really is. You really think people are going to stay on a platform with restrictions versus one that is completely free? Not just in terms of service, for one, but free in terms of just how you can customize and adjust your games. All that is free on PC. You don't have to pay no yearly subscription. There's not even anything like a mention such a thing like that. Nothing. It's all free. And this is the route people will go if they need to. So that's what I gotta say about the whole situation. Again, not to alarm anybody. It's just I don't believe any of us should be defending this. I think we all should be. We should hold ourselves to higher standards than what we're getting in this community, and I think that's more than fair. As we go further throughout the years. But yeah, the PS5. I'm looking forward to the PS5. Hell, I'm even looking forward to the next Xbox. I want to see if Microsoft, will deliver anything. But at the same time, you got to have that question in the back of your head. What if? And that is a big what if. These companies don't actually listen to us and they actually go the route of greed over us, the consumer. And that's my thoughts on this whole situation. If you liked today's video, definitely hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for checking it out. And I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good one. Deuces.